Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of the Bro Report. I am your Bro2IC, and you're going to have to forgive me. I'm going to do probably a little bit of a morning video. I still have a little one that is still slightly under the weather, so he will have probably a good decent of my attention for today on today, as he calls it, Dude Day. So if you hear a little bit of coughing in the background, he is definitely on the mends. He's getting a little better. Hey, buddy, you want to come say hi?
Yes.
Come here. He's always wanted to pop in. Come here and say hi.
Hi.
Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
There you go. All right. Go over there. Love you, buddy. All right. So let's jump straight into this. So first one, and this is in no particular order, and this is kind of going all the way around. So there has been an announcement by the commander of NATO forces, Mr. Peter Nielsen, and he has stated that NATO plans to blockade Kaliningrad and also St. Petersburg, in the event of a war between Russia and the Baltic states. Now, I don't understand this, okay? Uh, I don't know if it's the social media age about getting attention or what it is, but for whatever reason, these people want to just completely come out and say, hey, here's our plans. Uh, I saw this during the Russia Ukraine thing where Ukraine's like, hey, guess what? We're going to do our counter offensive in this region in 2 weeks. Why? Why are we doing this? Why are we going on social media? Why are we going into different things and we're announcing our plans? Now, I understand in some of it you can use it as a strategic defensive thing, but when you start talking about the big boys between the US, Russia, China, and some of those other ones, they have teams dedicated to wargaming, okay? They already know that if something takes place that they're going to get blockaded, they're going to get sanctioned, this is going to happen, blah blah blah. They foresee most of, if not all of the things that's going to happen. So this comes to no surprise, but then again, stop going out and telling your plans. All right, to take this into a prepping sort of thing, you really have three things, and that is intelligence, and that is your speed and your ability to take in said information, and then you have your surprise of attack. So, and that surprise of attack is what you're going to do about all of that intel. So you get your intelligence, your speed of doing what you're going to do with the intelligence, and your attack, whether that's a retreat, whether that's going over here for an ambush, whatever it is. And when you give up your surprise of attack, then you don't have any of that. You just gave them intelligence completely free of charge. They didn't have to work for it. All they had to do was have a Twitter account, and it just makes no sense to me. So we'll rant about that another day. Another turn of events, which is really interesting, is Iceland declares a state of emergency due to volcanic eruptions. Now, in a 24-hour period of time, they've had 1,400, that is 1,400 earthquakes in a 24-hour period of time. That alone, that event, there's over 4,000 residents that has been evacuated. And then the Blue Lagoon and its geothermal plant that serves about 30,000 residents is now closed. Now they're saying that within hours, days, and probably at the most weeks, there's going to be a serious volcanic eruption over there. So, data point, watch out for that. I mean, go back into the Roman Empire, and how there's really a theory on the fall of the Roman Empire by the way that the volcanic eruptions made it to where a bunch of crop failures happened. So volcanic events really play into prepping. It changes weather, it changes a bunch of things. You get a lot of flights and different things that can't happen. So data point important, keep it in mind. Now, more U.S. aircraft carriers are deployed right now than in years past, from what I can find. There is 8 out of 11 that is currently deployed around the world on missions. So for all the people that says, "Oh, there's nothing happening," there's a lot happening. This isn't doom and gloom. This isn't me selling you anything. This isn't, the sky is falling. There's chess pieces being moved on the board. You just have to watch and pay attention. This isn't the new generation instant satisfaction, although we get a lot of that through social media while war events are being live broadcasted. But you have events unfolding, and if you pay attention, this piece moves here, this person does this happens here, and over time, little by little, you just start watching it all build up into it, and then all of a sudden, when it breaks through, you can see the big picture of, oh, okay, I see it now. Now, and here goes another one. North Korea is back in the news again, and North Korean media has quoted the leader Kim Jong Un with the very simple statement of 0 hour has begun. No context. Interesting statement. He's done some really interesting, bizarre things here lately. So again, I don't know if this is a specific threat. I don't know if he's just trying to get some limelight. I don't know what it is, but I had to throw it in there. All right, now the famous hacker group Anonymous has put out a message to Netanyahu, and this is their quote: "Every child will be killed in Gaza, then we will uncover all your spies starting Sunday." Now, this video is going to get released on Saturday, so that is tomorrow. I don't see Netanyahu going, "Oh, Anonymous threatened me. Guys, we're done. Pull out. Everything's over." So we'll see what comes of this. That puts a lot of people in some very dangerous uh, kind of situations. So we will just kind of keep this as a data point. Ha- hacking is definitely going to be a very big instrumental role in all this. This is all fifth generation warfare. So this isn't World War One and World War Two, where everything was just a simple infantryman with a rifle and some hand grenades and stuff. Technology has a major role to play. So let's move on. So the Hezbollah leader come out with another threat to the United States, and he has said, quote, "If you want us not to get into a regional war, you must stop the war in Gaza." Now, that's interesting. To a bunch of people, that's just him spouting off the same old thing. For me, following this each and every day, his threats are getting a little bit more uh, confined. They're starting to really take shape. They're starting to almost give a little bit of a timeline, almost hints, if you will. So I keep putting these in here because this is data points. Now, he has also come out on the same day doing a second quote. So again, quote, "The number of ballistic missiles we possess is much greater than Israel could imagine." Now, there's been a lot of pictures and videos and things that's posted on different social media platforms that is allegedly showing all the different weapons and missiles and different other, things like that that Hezbollah has. Now, Hezbollah is much bigger, much more sophisticated than Hamas. Way more. Okay. So a lot of eyes are on Hezbollah and Lebanon area. I really think, though, that if something is going to kick off, it looks, in my opinion, that it's going to be more in Syria. Maybe a simultaneous or a very close, one day here, one day here for Syria and Lebanon. But I really think, and I've been keeping a really big eye on Syria. There is so many number of nations inside of Syria right now, and they're all very, very close together. So it, everybody's taking their shots, everybody's popping some stuff off. What was the one 46 confirmed official attacks on U.S. military bases, while the official number is 56 U.S. soldiers injured. So that ratio comes out to be at least, 1 point whatever number of U.S. soldiers hit. We've retaliated only twice. All it's going to take is one miscalculation, um, one little event, whether it's a black swan event, an accident, whatever it is, and you can kickstart everything. So tensions are high, things are definitely going on. So data points. Now, Endergron has a call out for international inspections to reveal whether or not Israel has nuclear weapons. Now, for me, paying attention to all the geopolitical stuff around the world for a decent amount of time, I'm by no means an expert, just a guy that likes to watch headlines and study and things like that. I thought it was the unspoken truth that pretty much everybody knew Israel had some sort of nuclear powered weapons, um, even though they never came out and officially stated it. I think that there was a ton of people that has went through and gave the nod that yeah, they have nukes. So this, as far as I can tell, in at least recent memory, this is the first uh, you know public leader of somebody, of a country that has come out and basically formally, to the public, we want to know the truth once and for all. Officially, does Israel have this? I don't know if it's quite a game changer per se, but it's interesting. Now keep that in mind. Okay, let's go ahead with Endgron here because he has met with Assad for the first time in decades. Okay, this meeting that they're doing, they've got together in kind of like a summit, and it involves Arabs and Muslim leaders from different countries and parts over there in the Middle East. Now, this is important just because you take all those different groups, organizations, factions, whatever you want to call them. You take the Shiites, you take the Sunnis, you take the Houthis, you take Hezbollah, Hamas, ISIS, Taliban. Uh, just start naming the list, okay? If they can, for whatever period of time, put apart differences and unite around one common enemy, that puts the United States in serious trouble. Okay, this isn't a small little faction of resistance groups or something to where they have 1,000 people or 3,000 people strong or whatever. That they're a really small group. The U.S. military can go in and take them out. It's no big deal. You start adding all them up all over the place. Not only mentioned in different countries, you have sleeper cells, you have spies, you have all. I mean, if they somehow just put everything and form a little, group, a coalition, an agreement, an alliance, whatever you want to call it, that is a very bad thing. I don't know how simplified I can put it. So it's very, very concerning. It's kind of that whole thing that you saw when the whole Russia thing kind of kicked off, that if we start jumping in and doing certain things, that we take and push basically Russia and China to align. You take two of the superpowers around the world that you don't want to have an alliance and you push them together. That creates a very, very bad thing because you take, instead of having a near peer conflict, so it's one versus one, you take two peers and put them together against one. That spells very bad news. Okay, that's almost disastrous. Now you take all these little factions and you start pushing them together and uniting them, you get the same effect. Okay, and then not only that, but you got to realize all the people that has come out and supported these people. So you have Russia, you have China, you have Iran, you have Pakistan, you have all these big major countries that have really big weapons and military and sophisticated, other devices of drones and satellites and all this other stuff. It's bad. Okay, now prepping 101. we hope for the best, prepare for the worst. So, is this probable? It's building there day by day. I don't think it's anything in the extreme near future. Now, it could be, but I don't think so. I think, from now till December 31st, I think you'll just see a continued escalation, but I don't see anything popping yet. Subject to change. Is it possible? Yes. Okay. There's no downplaying it. It is definitely possible. So, is it cause for panic and alarm right now? No, I don't think so. Is it a cause to take it a little bit more serious and prep up? Winter's coming. Anything could happen. You could have an attack on the power grid of different infrastructure. You can have cyber attacks. Look what happened down in Australia with that supposed cyber attack that took out their biggest cellular internet company. I mean, do you prepare for that? Have you run a drill on what would you do if you had no internet and no communications? I mean, I remember, and I'm showing my age, I remember being a kid and you memorize people's phone numbers by heart. How many of your friends and family and mag do you know their phone number by heart? Or do you even have their phone number? Or, are they just an app, with the name Bob next to it that you just swipe over and hit that? Is that your only form of communication? The internet's down, you can't use the app. If the phone lines are down, you have no commo. Are you prepared for that? Imagine, if you will, what it would be like if suddenly the entire United States, even not even the entire, half, let's just go with half the United States, say the eastern seaboard, let's go from the Mississippi east. What would happen during winter if there was a power grid failure or an internet cellular failure? And let's just say for a week. Can you imagine the pandemonium and the absolute chaos that would ensue? Are you prepared for that? Is it probable? No, not really. It could. It could. It's not there yet. Is it possible? Absolutely, it's possible. So, remember, on here, we prepare for probable over possible. Prepare for winter. Winter is coming. So prepare for that first. If you have all of your stuff, all your ducks in a row for winter, then we can move over to go, okay, what's next? What might happen that, we can do? And all it usually takes is maybe a little extra water, a little extra fuel, a little extra food, things like that. Usually, once you get the real hardcore basics of prepping down, when you start bringing in some more of the probable things, all it really is just kind of building on what you already have and adding a few extra things. Uh, Usually, it's not that difficult. There are exceptions. I get it. I know there is, but for the most part, it's pretty easy. So I've kept you long enough. So if you've made it this far, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm going to go spend time with my sick little one probably for the rest of the day. Uh, Quick few announcements if you have made it this far is make sure you go check out the Christmas giveaway package bundle deal that we have going on. I will be making an announcement very, very soon on when and how all that is going to be given away. I have a special interview coming up. It is posted over on my Facebook page. The link down to the Facebook is down here, so go check that out and you can comment the questions for that person. I probably have about 4 or 5 other interviews in the talks, so as soon as I nail down some dates, I will give that announcement. As you can hear him cough, make sure that if you can, we have started the Wednesday live stream Q&A called Workshop Wednesday. It is every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you can make it, I would really appreciate it. It's just a bunch of us like-minded prep setters, homesteaders, preppers, survivalists, all that, bushcrafters. We all get together and we just hang out, ask questions, fellowship, and it's just a great time. It's just a 1 hour, one time a week. So with that, guys, thank you so much. God bless each and every one of you. Remember, more information to come and remain united because we're all prepping in this together.